Hello, and welcome to PS10 Radio. This is your host, Angela. In this episode, we're going to talk about digital detox. Have you ever considered taking a digital detox? I think I've done it a couple times before. It might have been for a short amount of time, like that day, or maybe I might have had a milestone or something that I was like, oh, I'm not going to get on it at all today until tonight when I post the pictures or something like that. So this is specific. So it's not saying don't have your phone or you can't get on your phone at all or you can't check messages or emails. It's saying to get off of social media. Why? Because social media has done a work on our mental health, on our self-esteem, on our confidence, on our anxieties, anything that pertains to like the news, or it can stress you out, it can overwhelm you, it can consume you. Next thing you know, you're arguing with people you don't even know. So it can get you all revved up, and that is a silent enemy, the stress that we get from the day-to-day things, not to mention now you're getting it from social media, right? So how do we combat that? Give yourself a break. To do that, we're going to suggest that you reconnect with a hobby that you may have had in the past that brought you joy, or start a new hobby. So for me, I used to just get random things together and make crafts, or find maybe some videos or something that I saw that I would usually make a craft from things that I have like around my craft room or in my house that I had an idea for. Maybe I saw it on something, and I would spend time creating that or working on it. I haven't done so in probably a couple of years. I think the last thing I did, I had a Christmas party coming up with my social organization, and I was making ornaments for them and put hot cocoa in there and things like that. So that was my last really time of being creative and doing something creative with the crafts that I had. So it it really dawned on me lately that, Angela, you have not been doing the crafts. You've lost your creativity. Like, I just don't even have it in me to just focus and do that. I'd rather just scroll, or to look around like, oh, did I get any messages? Oh, who's posting now? Oh, what's such and such up to? And so I'm looking around on social media. Next thing you know, an hour or 2 hours went by. Luckily, I tapped into my daughter, and I was talking to her about, oh, I get consumed when I get on IG. And she suggested that I do the digital well-being timer, which is on our phone, so everybody has it. And it's through the apps that you are on frequently, like Facebook, IG, TikTok, things like that. You could actually manage how long and how often you're on there. For me, I reduced that down to like 30 minutes, and it's really helped. I reduced the Facebook down to 10 minutes. It really, really helped me. If I get on there, it's with purpose, right? I'm getting on there to either check my notifications, or I'm getting on there to post something, and then I'm getting off. So I'm not doing like continuous mindless scrolling, and that's been helpful for me. But what I'm saying for this digital detox from December 2nd to December 6th, I'm going to suggest that you actually choose to not be on social media, to do something that brings you joy instead. So even if you want to do a new hobby, like maybe you're writing a book and you haven't really took the time to do it, get it started during these days. The time that you would usually spend doing those things, scrolling, just mindless, answering people and going back and forth with people in the comments, use that to actually text a friend or text a relative, or to read a book, or to create something, or play some music, or learn something new, or Do something that makes you brings you joy. Exercise, or do some stretching or yoga, or anything that else that actually brings value to your life, other than just mindless scrolling or getting sucked into the drama or the news or anything like that that's on social media. I was on a website called therapist.com because I get on there sometimes to look for things for clients. So, one of the articles by Stephanie Steinman was 7 simple steps to a digital detox. I want to go over those steps with you because it's important for us to identify what can we do and why is this important to do. Starting off, she goes into how anxiety and depression and headaches and just physical symptoms, all of that is exacerbated by screen time, by being on the screen too long. You get the eye strain, your body aches, your neck, your shoulders are tight. Then you start to feel like, oh, my life isn't perfect, and you start chasing things that really are not for you. Start feeling some kind of way. Maybe you get angry. Maybe you start having low self-esteem, questioning yourself, feeling imposter syndrome, feeling some guilt or shame about the way things are going in your life and comparing it with other people. And the saying goes, comparison is the thief of joy. So you just don't want to go there. You want to make sure that you're treating yourself kind, and a part of treating yourself kind is actually getting off it and detoxing from it, giving yourself a break. And she kind of tells you like how to go through it. The first step was to identify the problem you want to solve. So is it that you're getting sucked in, that you're getting stressed out? Are you starting to compare yourself? Like, what are the feelings that you're experiencing? What are your emotions? And once you identify what those emotions are that are connected to you being online and on social media all the time, then you can figure out ways to address it. Like if you're on Netflix or something like that, or Instagram, and you're constantly like trying to avoid your life so that you can, see what other people are doing, or you're trying to figure out what I want to do with myself, maybe this is a time to journal or do something else. But for you to just get sucked into social media, that's not going to help you. The next thing is to decide on a goal. So our goal that we set in our crew Facebook page is we want to actually just focus on our social media. So we're not saying you can't use your phone or you can't check your emails or anything like that, because we need those things, right? We live in a technology age. We're not saying no to technology, period. But what we're saying is, instead of scrolling mindlessly and getting sucked in, we're being mindful, and we're trying to nurture ourselves by giving attention to how do you feel, what do you need right now, and other ways of meeting your needs. Do something else. Basically, that's what the goal is. Do something else other than be on these apps. Selecting a time frame, that's her third step. You can make comments under this episode or anything like that, but you are more than welcome to join. You do not have to be a part of our crew to do this. However, if you are interested in the crew, any female that is interested in the crew may apply to be a part of our page. So you are more than welcome. We love it over here. We are self-caring over here. We're journaling, we're talking, we're coloring, we're looking at positive encouragement for one another as we go through this thing called life. Number 4, create an action plan. So that's where your hobby comes in, right? So you're going to look at What am I going to do? So when you look at it, your action plan, think about first like your trigger. Like what is it usually that drives you to your social media? Is it boredom? Is it feelings of anxiety about something? You're worried about something, so you're trying to get your mind off of it? Is it just, you're just nosy? You just want to know like what's going on? Do you feel left out? Do you feel like you need some kind of inspiration or motivation? What is it? And then think about what can you do instead to get the same information, but instead, would that be reaching out to somebody specifically? Would you want to use a different means of gathering the information that you need? Maybe you just need to physically do something, to take a walk, or to go visit a friend, or to call up a friend, or talk to someone in your home. What can you do? Look at your resources, articles, different things around your house, books. What can you do that would help you to achieve this goal during this time? And then 5, reward yourself. How would you reward yourself? It may be that you know, kind of dump out pictures or post about your experience digital detoxing. Maybe you're going to buy a new journal and say, I'm just gonna like start journaling more. Maybe you're gonna do more of that hobby or spend more time with friends or family. How are you going to reward yourself after this digital detox? It could even be something like a little treat. There's nothing wrong with that. Number 6, reflect on your progress. Every day, ask yourself, what did I do today that would have been time that I would have spent on social media? And, even help yourself, like, what am I going to do tomorrow so that I can replace that scrolling time with something productive. And it doesn't even have to be productive, because maybe your thing is rest. I don't get rest. I'm always on something, or I'm always working, or I'm always doing something for other people. I never get time to myself. So what does that look like? Taking care of yourself, resting. We have stickers in our Etsy store. They say take a nap, water plants, and just practice self-care, journal. So what does that look like for you? Reflect on that on a daily basis. So maybe before you go to bed at night, just write down what you're grateful for. I'm grateful for the time that I took to be able to call my friend or a relative. I'm thankful for the time it took for me to actually journal today. I'm thankful for the time it took for me to actually take my time and just sit in silence. I didn't have to fill my mind up with what's going on social media. And number 7, ask for help if you need it. Like I said, at one point I just was like sharing with my daughter, like, I don't know what's going on. I get sucked in, and next thing you know, a couple hours go by. That's why dinner is late. That's why I'm up too late and I'm tired in the morning. Well, when she helped me by introducing me to the digital well-being on my apps, and just being able to set those timers, like I said, about 30 minutes on one app, I think 10 on another. So really, I should only be spending less than 45 minutes a day on social media. Now, I might be organizing my things as far as like my calendar and things like that, but as far as like getting sucked into things that really don't pertain me, or just like they interest me but they're not something I need to take care of because it's on social media, I can spend that time doing something else. And then I might be able to realize that I do truly love to spend time sewing or crocheting or making crafts or doing some house things, like fixing something or putting things together, or something that I may have procrastinated doing. I can do that during this time. So that's how I plan on trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do during this? So just prepare yourself, and and mentally prepare yourself, physically prepare yourself, and just know that, okay, I'm not going to get on those apps. It may be a matter of uninstalling those apps for a week, because maybe sometimes, willpower just isn't enough. You need to like not even have it visible. Taking off that YouTube, as soon as you put it back on, all your stuff is still going to be in there. It has gone nowhere. Your account is still open. You have not erased anything. You're just not being tempted. So, yeah, prepare yourself and look at, what do I need to do to get to where I want to be, which is finding joy in things outside of social media. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of PS10 Radio. As always, be the best you that you can be, one positive step at a time. Peace.